This is episode number 220 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Hello and welcome. Sal DiVincenzo here with my fabulous colleagues, Sara Fate
Hi.
and Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good, all right. Everybody's good this week?
Mm-hmm. Great.
Sarah, you good?
Oh, okay.
I listened, when I edit the episodes and Nicole's like, yeah, how you doing? And Nicole's like, good. And Sarah's like, oh, it's all right. And I don't hear it when we record, but when I listen back, I'm like, oh, Sarah's. Anyway, welcome to the show. Just a quick little bit of housekeeping. Next week, hopefully, weather permitting, is Strictly Business, which is our annual business-to-business networking trade show. It's happening outside this year because we have the construction still going on here in Center Reach, but it's going to happen outside from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Over 50 vendors, lots of great variety in vendors. If you want to come down, there's going to be product vendors, service vendors, insurance companies, community folks are going to be here, chambers of commerce, all that kind of stuff. We're going to be doing a raffle, $250 Visa gift card. Wow. Which is great. And on top of that, new this year, there's going to be a door prize. It's going to be 4 tickets to it's a July LI Ducks game.
Nice. Game. That's always fun.
Courtesy of Campolo, Middleton, and McCormick donated those tickets for us to give away as a door prize. So that's a lot of great things. So just for that, you should come down and visit us and take a look. Now, the reason why I say hopefully is because it is outside and the weather's looking a little iffy next week. I have to say, I'm sorry, it is. But we do have a rain date, of course, and that's the following Thursday, May 12th.
Okay. So, I guess staff can't be entered into that.
Staff cannot be entered into the 250 or the free tickets. I'm sorry. It's for our folks who come from,
If you do go to the Ducks game, there's a burger place out of the park, I think, near there. It's so good. And they have a vegan burger.
I was going to ask us, yes.
That's so good that every time I eat it, I have to have my husband take a bite because I think they messed up and it's not really vegan.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, if you like burgers.
And then Steve's like, nah, it's definitely vegan.
Yeah, he's like, no, he's like, it's very good, but no, it's vegan. I'm like, okay.
I will tell you something, Nicole.
Yeah.
You could probably do the worst possible thing ever to me, and I would forgive you. Yeah. The one thing I would not forgive Nicole is if someday she goes out and gets like a bacon cheeseburger and doesn't invite me to come along because I want to be there if that happens. Anyway. Okay. So that's just a little bit of housekeeping. We hope to see you next week, May 5th, 9 to 1 in Center Reach, here in Center Reach. So let's jump in. Nicole, why don't you go first this week?
Sure.
What do you got for us?
I have a Publisher's Weekly little article about new and noteworthy children's and YA books, and this is for April 2022. So they're kind of newish. So we might have them. They might be in order. We might be in the process of ordering them, but just on the lookout. Put a hold on. We have for little ones these picture books. One's called Armadillo Antics by Bill Martin Jr. and Michael Sampson. And armadillos take on an adventure before the break of dawn in this picture book by the late Martin and Sampson. Oh, so he passed away. Big and Small and In Between by Carter Higgins. Higgins depicts the variations of sizes in this conceptual book about categorization. It's an abstract journey with many turns and surprises. We have a lot of those cute little books. There's this one little book about like butts.
Is that the one where the principal read it and he got fired? I want a new butt, or he needs a new butt, or something?
No, I heard about that story, though.
Oh.
What? Someone got fired for reading a butt book?
A children's butt book.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's not even...
No, I didn't think it was it. This book is about all different animal like heinies. It's very cute.
Some animal heinies are yucky.
It's like some have a tail and some don't. And some are big.
It's cute. So it's cute.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. It's on the like new book thing, and I always see it. It's like all this little like butts.
That's by us. A little bit of trivia. That's by Sir Mix-a-Lot's child who wrote that book.
The next one is Children of the Forest by Matt Myers. Invoking the vibe of classic children's protagonists, 2 brave siblings tackle the fantastical adventures of the outdoors, even if it's only in their backyard. The Great Zephino. This is for ages 8 and up, so it's a little bit older. Circus performer the Great Zephino might not always deliver on his big name, especially after he flees from a failed tightrope performance. But on his getaway, a new opportunity arises to prove just how great the stunt boy can be. These are middle grade. A Duet for Home by Karina Jan Glazer. June's arrival at the Huey house, a Bronx shelter for unhoused people, follows both the loss of her beloved Viola and the death of her father. Huey house resident Tyrell shows June the small joys and comforts her temporary home has to offer, but when the government threatens to evict the residents, the two come up with a plan to save their home.
It really is interesting as the age goes up. We went from like little kids, just like Heine books, up to being evicted. So like the subject matter changes.
Yeah. In the Key of Us by Mariama J. Lockington. Music summer camp brings together grief-stricken Andy and pressure-ridden Zora, the only two black girls at the camp. The two bond over their shared love of music as they try to figure out who they want to become. That sounds nice. The Last Map Maker. Though map maker assistant Sai appears to be a budding lady of society, she harbors a secret about her family that could ruin her. When the opportunity to join a sea expedition arises, that sounds good. Sounds like a historical. Sai jumps at the opportunity to make a name for herself while learning of the mythical dangers of where she's headed. Then we have Lifeling by Christy Applebaum. Lonnie has the magical capability to save a life, but at the cost of losing years of his own. Oh, remember that show, Pushing Daisies?
Yeah. Is it like that? Yeah.
Kind of. When they need, it's like, what can he do? He can bring someone back to life, but something else dies.
Yes.
Remember that show? With Lee Pace?
Yeah.
When the need for money forces Lonnie's family to move to the town of Farstroke, where its residents are rumored to be villainous, Lonnie is surprised to find the townspeople to be different than he thought and questions if he can risk his life to save someone else's. These are heavy topics for middle grade. All right, then we have some young adult. Boys of the Beast by Monica Zapita. Matt, Ethan, and Oscar couldn't be more different, but the shared loss of their beloved grandmother brings the boys together to take an epic road trip in her 1988 Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. Over the course of their journey, they find that they may have more in common than they thought. Oh, that sounds nice. High Spirits by Camille Gomera Tavares. In 11 interconnected stories of the Dominican diaspora, told from the perspective of different generations of the Belen family, Gomera Tavares explores identity, intergenerational memory, patriarchy, and toxic masculinity.
Well, these, again, getting very heavy the higher we go on this list.
Yeah. Let's see. Scout's Honor by Lily Anderson. It is a ladybird's duty to protect humanity from monsters, but following the death of her best friend during battle, Prue is ready to put her monster hunting days behind her. However, when Prue finds herself training new ladybird scouts and a new slew of monsters threaten the town, Prue must find it in herself to face her past fears. All I can think about is that movie Lady Bird. Which is nothing like that. And then finally, there's more on this list, but I just read a couple. This Rebel Heart, by Catherine Locke. A magical river is what kept many residents safe in World War II Budapest, including Scylla and her family, until the communists rise to power. When her parents are exonerated, protests begin across the city, and Scylla's plans to escape to a new country are halted by the river calling out to her and the chance to fight for change at home. Oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like
kind of
fantasy history.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, some April new and newsworthy books.
Yeah. And we'll put a link in the show notes to that article.
Yeah.
And we will be getting these books. Just keep an eye on them.
Right. Some of them we have. Some of them other libraries have. So you can interloan them, of course. And then, we'll make sure we order the ones we don't.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole.
No problem.
Sarah, what do you have for us this week?
Well, in the same vein, I have New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, nice.
For fiction. But before that, I am obsessed with the Johnny Depp trial.
Oh, yes.
And I was going to do something about law, but I was like, it's too much. I'm not a lawyer.
Here's our Johnny Depp update from our podcast.
Your wife would be better off with that. But, however, I did stumble across the town of Brookhaven codes.
Okay, yeah.
That is a link in our databases, right? And some of the things, real quick, that I found funny is, did you know that it is illegal for any person to feed ducks or pigeons within the town of Brookhaven?
Wow.
Oh, no. We're all going to jail.
Yeah.
I know.
And if you're caught, it's a fine up to $250 and you can go to jail.
Wow.
You can be in prison.
Do we have any duck ponds in Brookhaven?
No, but they're all over the place.
Yeah. Any place with a
duck.
A duck.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Stay away from the ducks in Brookhaven, please.
Yeah, so the Brookhaven County. So you cannot have more than 10 dogs in a house.
Sarah.
Sarah's in trouble.
I'm encroaching that. Yeah. However, I was like, because I really thought I was like, what is it, 5, 4? And it's 10, which is a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone has dogs. That's a lot of dogs.
Is that a Brookhaven town or a New York State?
Brookhaven.
Brookhaven?
Yeah. And also, so I also looked up noise disturbances. And it is illegal for animals and birds to be a noise disturbance. Like, a lot of people have, like, roosters and chickens now.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
It's illegal to have a rooster.
Yeah.
But, okay, noise disturbance from a barking dog shall be defined as created by a dog barking continuously or intermittently for 15 minutes or more.
Oh, wow.
Oh, then you can call in noise disturbance?
Yeah, so just be careful.
I think my mom did that to our neighbor once.
Well, it's also bad for the dog.
Yeah, that she felt it was freezing out. It was one of those like really cold days, and she
well, that's also illegal.
Yeah.
This is weird. You cannot take shellfish from any town-owned land at night.
Wow.
Between sunset and sunrise, and on Sundays.
Oh wow.
You can't take. Oh, that's like
it's a holy day.
Yeah, I was gonna say that religious.
For the
shells.
Yeah. It's odd. Okay, so that was a little fun fact about Brookhaven Tell Us. So, hardcover fiction books.
So that's it? You just wanted to mention that?
I just thought those were funny.
Well, thank you. Okay. All right,
thanks for Johnny Depp. He inspired me to look up goes. Okay. So, new this week. This is exciting. Are you ready, guys? It's called The Investigator by John Sanford. Number 1. Ready? This is a description, and I have a problem with it. And I will tell you why after I read it, right? The Investigator by John Sanford, which is a pseudonym for a journalist. So he's a journalist, really.
And this is nonfiction?
No, this is all fiction.
Oh, this is all fiction.
All fiction. Letty Davenport, what a name. The brilliant and tenacious adopted daughter of Lucas Davenport takes the investigative reins in the newest thriller from #1 best-selling author John Sanford. By age 24, Letty Davenport has seen more action and uncovered more secrets than many law enforcement professionals. 24 people. Have you met a 24-year-old? Okay. Now, a recent Stanford grad with a master's in economics, she's restless and bored in a desk job for U.S. Senator Coles. Letty's ready to quit, but her skills have impressed Coles, and he offers her a carrot, feet-on-the-ground investigative work in conjunction with the Department of Homeland Security. And there's like 3 more paragraphs I'm not going to get into. All right. So what bothers me about this,
okay,
and I will say this is personal information, I am adopted.
Okay.
I don't like the description that they say that she is an adopted daughter. Because if my parents ever introduced me as an adopted daughter, I would probably cry on the inside and would need therapy.
Yeah.
Which I do need therapy, but not that's why. So I don't think that's necessary in the first line.
Yeah.
And I don't think any publishers or editors are listening to this podcast.
You never know.
But if they do, they should really rethink that strategy because it's insulting to adopted people.
Go get him, Sarah.
No, it is. It's just you don't differentiate
absolutely.
your kids
Yeah.
unless, I don't know, whatever.
Just for the benefit of the doubt, do you think that perhaps there's something in the story about it? Maybe
she's an evil adopted kid?
No. Maybe like her. Maybe like she finds like
a
her
red herring or something.
I
don't know. Maybe, but
it is kind of strange that they mention it right off.
No, everyone does it. No, it's true though. If a person is adopted in a storyline, they will say it that way.
They will say it that way.
Yeah, I don't think in real life many people would do that.
I don't think anybody would do that.
Well, you'd be surprised. Some people just don't think.
Yeah.
But but if you notice that, which you guys probably wouldn't take note of that, but I mean, I would still if I was into those kind of books, I would still read it. It's not like something I would prevent.
Right.
But I don't know. The first thing I was like, oh, and I was So don't do that, people. Okay. So the next one was 6 weeks on the list. It's called Run, Rose, Run. You guys hear this book?
No.
By the ever lovely Dolly Parton and James Patterson. I know Dolly Parton would never do that for a pop.
No.
Okay. So this is from America's most beloved superstar and its greatest storyteller. A thriller about a young singer-songwriter on the rise and on the run and determined to do whatever it takes to survive. Every song tells a story. She's a star on the rise, singing about the hard life behind her. She's also on the run. Find a future, lose a past. Nashville is where she's come to claim her destiny. It's also where the darkness she's fled might find her. And destroy her.
Oh, Dolly Parton.
So do you think that James Patterson had anything to do with this, except for the fact that he probably said, "Hey, you can put my name on the book"?
I don't think either of them did, really. I mean, she probably
I could see her writing something.
You think so?
They probably came up with the maybe storyline, and then they had a ghostwriter.
Because he has I mean, truth be told, James Patterson probably has a number of writers working for him, and they all put it under his name.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy comes out with a book like every other hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
and then if not, then it's a short little, those novellas.
A pamphlet.
And he has YA books, too.
Yes, and YA books.
Yeah. James Patterson presents Apple recipes.
So number 3 is 2 weeks on the list, Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. Edwin St. Andrew is 18 years old when he crosses the Atlantic by steamship. Exiled from polite society following an ill-conceived diatribe at a dinner party. He entered... I think I'm making this up. Wait.
It's like, get out.
Yeah.
So I got on the ship and I came to America.
He enters the forest. What forest? I don't know. Spellbound by the beauty of the Canadian wilderness. And suddenly hears the notes of a violin echoing in an airship terminal. An experience that shocks him to his core. Yeah, I don't understand.
It just sounds like words.
Yeah.
And
well,
things.
wait. It gets better. 2 centuries later.
What?
Yeah, 2 centuries later, a famous writer named Olive Llewellyn is on a book tour. She's traveling all over Earth, but her home is a second moon colony.
Okay.
Yeah, a place of white stone, spired towers, and artificial beauty. Within the text of Olive's best-selling pandemic novel, lies a strange passage. A man plays his violin for change in the echoing corridor of an airship terminal.
What's an airship?
As the trees of a forest rise around him.
A blimp.
Oh, a blimp.
Right?
Oh.
Sarah, an airship is a blimp?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Like the Hindenburg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's a little weird. And then there's a whole other paragraph, which will confuse you even more. So if you like sort of, I think it's New Age sci-fi.
It's sci-fi. It's sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure that maybe the printer didn't get jammed and like a second page got
telling you.
skipped
I
over?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Okay, so the New York Times, they have like one sentence descriptions, and there is a detective investigating the wilderness discovers that his actions might affect the timeline of the universe.
Okay.
Oh. That's completely different than what you just read.
Well, you know what?
Not completely different, but
Yeah.
it seems honestly more coherent than one sentence
Yeah.
than...
So basically...
This is our description, middle country. Not my description. Nicole, you're fired. No, and I believe they get this from the publisher.
Yeah, they get the publisher.
So,
no.
and some of these other things I got are from the actual publisher.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't think one of us wrote it.
okay, so the next one, number 4. Ready? 8 weeks on the list. The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. We know Lucy Foley.
Yeah. And I've heard of this book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jess needs a fresh start. She's broke and alone, and she's just left her job under less than ideal circumstances. Her half-brother, Ben, didn't sound thrilled when she asked if she could crash with him for a bit, but he didn't say no. And surely everything will look better from Paris, yeah? Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't. Only when she shows up to find a very nice apartment could Ben really have afforded this. We know he couldn't. The longer Ben stays missing, the more Jess starts to dig into her brother's situation, and the more questions she has. Ben's neighbors are an eclectic bunch and not particularly friendly because they're French.
Yeah.
Jess may have come to Paris to escape her past, but it's starting to look like it's Ben's future that's in question.
Why be nosy? Just live there. You're put up in an apartment. That's fine. Why you gotta go digging? If you go digging, you're gonna find something.
Yeah. Sorry, Ben. I don't know where you are, but thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 5, 3 weeks on the list, is What Happened to the Bennetts by Lisa Scottolini. And we know Lisa
we know
Scottolini.
her, yeah.
Yeah. So what happened to them? Who knows? Jason Bennett is a suburban dad who owns a court reporting business. But one night, his life takes a horrific turn.
Uh-oh.
He is driving his family home after his daughter's field hockey game when a pickup truck begins tailgating them in a dark stretch of road. Suddenly, 2 men jump from the pickup, pull guns on Jason, demanding the car. A horrific flash of violence changes his life forever. Later that awful night, he lives, by the way. Okay. Spoiler alert. Jason and his family receive a visit from the FBI. Bum, bum, bum. Then, the question is, what happened to the Bennetts?
Oh. They're involved
What
in
happened?
something.
Where'd they go?
Well, you have to read.
You have to read the book.
Oh. Yeah. So I just that's the first 5.
Okay.
And they're all very different.
Yes, they
Right.
are extremely different.
Something very witty.
Okay. So and number 6 is called The Sacred Bridge.
Okay.
It's a mystery. It looks like. Number 7. Okay. Oh, but that's new. The Sacred Bridge by Anne Hillerman. It's new.
Okay.
So it's going to be very popular. So if you're reading this, get it now.
Yes.
Okay. So number 7, 71 weeks on the list.
Wow.
The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Number 8, 2 weeks on the list. Time is a Mother. I don't think I put the emphasis correctly on that, but Time is a Mother.
Time is a Mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a collection of poems by the MacArthur Fellow and author of On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. So I know I did not say that correctly. Number 9, 3 weeks on the list, called The Diamond Eye by Kate Quinn. Historical book. Number 10 is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis, 2 weeks on the list. And then it does go up to 15 books. So, And we do have all of the current and past New York Times lists at the Adult Reference Desk.
Okay.
Both buildings. So if anyone wants to see what's what.
Great. As well as a link on our catalog.
Yeah.
Go straight to it.
Cool.
Great. Thank you very much, Sarah. I am making an announcement on today's show. I have purchased an airship. And we're going to go for a ride in the blimp.
And he's only 18. The one was only 24. He's only 18. Can he grow up? Like, they're not doing this at 18 and 24.
No, not at all.
The 24 is honestly absurd. Like, make her at least 27, 28. Like, 24, that's silly.
Yeah, they obviously have never met 24
I
year olds.
know, like...
They just sit in
I mean,
their
I guess if
enclosed
you're-
writing room.
I guess if you're, like, a rich, you know, she's, like, the daughter of, like, a very rich person, I guess she has a different life experience. But still,
Yes.
that's a little crazy.
That's nuts.
Well, thank you both for that reader's advisory, which is a great feature.
Don't read this. It's too young. It's not realistic.
Listen, hit that like button. Yeah. Okay, very important. Hit the like button and also hit subscribe because we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers by Labor Day. So we would love that. If you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, our website's mcplpodcast.com. You should know that by now. As well as we have a no,
and you should know that by now, actually. So I don't know why I'm telling you because
exactly mcplpodcast.com. Comment below. Let us know if you have an idea for a new show, and we'd be happy to take it up. So thank you so much for listening. For Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.